like my abuelita, which is my grandma. She always told me, she always told me and like all my cousins, she was like, you guys can bring anybody home, just don't bring a black guy. And what did we all do? All of us brought home black guys, like all of us. All my cousins are all married to black guys. They all have black babies, mixed black babies. And I was like grandma's like favorite. And I started bringing home black guys, and she was just like, I don't know. She became more accepting because I was her favorite. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a hit and miss. Like, a lot of the Hispanic culture will, like, a lot of the parents are very racist. They really don't like. I feel like low key they don't want you to be with a black guy simply because they don't want our babies to be dark skinned. A lot of them want us to keep our color, you know what I mean? Our babies with our natural color. But I mean, there are Hispanics that are darker skinned, but that's why my grandma always said, don't, if you have babies with a black person, your babies are going to come out darker skinned, and
Shalom. What's up, fam? I hope you're doing fine wherever you are today. So again, this is your presenter Eugene Joki Stories, and today we have another topic kind of similar to the one that we did yesterday about that Arabic woman. So first things first, I usually say that let your personal interest lead you to something rather than people's generalized ideas towards what you want. Let your personal interest come first. What do you want as a person? And then you can consider what other people want. Now, in relation to what I've just said, Latina women are getting out there saying that their parents, that their relatives, that their grandmothers, and maybe other elder siblings are trying to stop them from marrying black men. They are helpless. They want black men. They love black men. But their parents, their fathers, doesn't want them to have black men because they're afraid of having black babies. Having a black baby, to them, it's something, it looks ugly. It's something which people will laugh at you because you're having a black baby. I don't think they understand the essence of having melanin. I don't think they understand the importance of owning melanin, or at least having someone with this melanin. Little did these people know that our melanin is worth millions of shillings. So they should stop discriminating their kids, their daughters from wanting to marry a black man, So I want us to watch this video. These are two women. One is in a podcast. Two is just a lady who have gotten out there to share her experiences. Sorry for that. To share her experiences, and I hope you learn from the video. I'm also going to wait to you and give you my commentary about this issue. So let's go and dive right into it.
So I feel like low-key Latinas love black guys. I feel like low-key they really do. Before it was a trend. Well, I grew up in a pretty much all Hispanic school, and I was the only Latina in my school that would date all the black guys. Like, any black guy that we got, whether he was cute or not, just because he was black, I wanted to date him because I just like black.
What is it about black guys that Latinas are attracted to? Like, what is it about them?
We just like that chocolate.
Oh.
Yeah, we just like that dark skin, that black guys are really dominant, and like we really like that.
Okay. And like the parents of Latinas, which I know a lot of my friends that talk to Latinas, sometimes it can get a little shaky, like the parents ain't really with them.
Oh, yes.
Explain that to the people that don't know, like how hard that is to get over.
Oh gosh, that's a really tricky subject. It just depends. Like, my abuelita, which is my grandma, she always told me, and like all my cousins, she was like, you guys can bring anybody home, just don't bring a black guy. And what did we all do? All of us brought home black guys. Like, all of us. All my cousins are all married to black guys. They all have black babies, mixed black babies. And I was like grandma's like favorite. and I started bringing black guys, and she was just like, I don't know. She became more accepting because I was her favorite. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a hit and miss. Like, a lot of the Hispanic culture will, like, a lot of the parents are very racist. They really don't like. I feel like low key they don't want you to be with a black guy simply because they don't want our babies to be dark skinned. A lot of them want us to keep our color, you know what I mean? Our babies with our natural color. But I mean, there are Hispanics that are darker skinned, but that's why my grandma always said, don't, you know, if you have babies with a black person, you know, your babies are going to come out darker skinned, you know, and we want to keep our family light skinned. Because my family is pretty light, you know what I mean? That's what my grandma always said. But I don't know. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I feel like mixed babies are just the cutest thing in the world. So I definitely wouldn't mind having a mixed baby. Like, you know, if I could come across a successful black man like that, that's really attractive. Like, I'd be all over that.
I feel like y'all didn't. I thought y'all liked the thugs. So y'all are into.
Not always. Like, it'd be cool if a black guy was like a mix of like a thug but successful at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be kind of hot. Like, you don't come across that very often.
So black guys need to go to college and do all that shit. Like, they need to stop the thug shit. It fizzles off basically. Like, you're not with it.
Yeah, like that pretty face doesn't last too long. Like, they're fun for a good time, but you know, I don't know. Like, they're good for a good time, but not for something serious. You know what I mean? Like, I prefer. I mean, I don't know. I can't say I wouldn't, because like sometimes, you know, most Latinas, you know, they can have a successful black man, but they always run back. You know, like they keep those thugs as a side pieces. You know what I mean? So they can have somebody to call when they're with their guy.
So let's get into that. Why do girls keep thugs as side pieces when y'all supposed to not like these? It's something y'all liking about these thugs. I need you.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it that?
What is it?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's just. I mean, guys are the same way. Like, you can't tell me that guys don't keep options. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me that guys are like completely faithful, because most guys are dogs. Like, most guys, like, oh, like for instance, my sister just got her heart broken yesterday. Like, okay, tell me this. So she like completely stopped talking to all her other guys that she had been talking to. Like, just completely dropped them all. You know, decides to settle down with this one guy, and all of a sudden, some girl comments on one of her statuses and is like, "Oh, hey, who are you? Like, you know, you're really pretty, blah blah, whatever." And she's like having a conversation with my sister, whatever, like a really nice. She was really nice about it. Like, wasn't disrespectful or anything. And then all of a sudden, she goes and like asks this guy. She's like, "Hey, you know, so and so, is that one of your friends?" Like, she sent me a message or whatever. And all of a sudden, he just blocks her on everything. Just like straight up, just blocks her on everything. And he's like, "Yeah, just don't contact me, don't message me, don't, you know, nothing." And I was like, what the hell? And I guess it turned out to be, she ended up finding out, it turned out to be her, his girlfriend. So he had a girlfriend the entire time that they were talking. So like, you tell me if this is right. Like, should we as girls, like, should we keep options, or should we, you know, or should we just commit to someone? Like, I feel like we should keep options, because guys do the same exact thing. Like, you know, if you're gonna play the game, like, let's play the game. You know what I mean?
Let's say you are dating a Latina or Mexican or whatever, and you guys are serious now. Either from the beginning, she's gonna be like, "Yeah, come to the family thing, let's do this. This is my boyfriend, dad, this is, you know, whatever." It's either that, or it's either she's like kind of hesitate and tell you straight up, "You know what? My dad is weird. He's weird with black men. Like, I don't know what the fucking problem is, but just, you know, if he says something or if he's rude, it's not my fault, it's him." Because that's how it's been. My dad told my mom, "No, pinches negros." That's what my dad told my mom, and my mom told me, okay? So it's not our fucking fault. That's just how it was. And, you know, it is what it is. So anyways, So you go to the house finally to, let's say you go to a barbecue. Either it's gonna be all love, or it's gonna be like, haha, like pinche negro, haha, like they'll tell you in your fucking face, or you're probably gonna get pissed off. And their reaction, they're waiting for you, the ghetto, they're waiting for you to be like they're waiting for that. So either you take it because you like this girl, or you don't, because you're not gonna about that. Like, you're gonna be like, you know what, or you're gonna be like, okay, you know, I'm gonna try, so, you know, so I could get in. There's always gonna be that uncle, that tia, somewhere it's gonna keep, you know, and then when you're gone, they're gonna tell, ¿para qué andas con ese negro? ¿Qué no hay un pinche americano que te guste? Tanto hombre que hay, ¿para qué andas con ese güey? Pretty much, there's so many Mexican boys out there. Why are you with this black boy? They're always gonna question it, and then they're gonna say, oh, pues if he gets you pregnant and leaves you, you deserve it. Well, like, we don't know if he's gonna leave you or not. We don't know that, but they automatically think that he's gonna leave you. So the main thing is, like, if a Mexican girl has a baby with a black guy, that baby's gonna be black. Some black, you know, it's gonna look black. So forever the abuelita's gonna be like, I have a black, you know, she's gonna have to tell her comadre, her compadre, no, pues she had a baby with a black guy, you know. And they always see that as downgrading. They always see it as downgrading, but mixed babies, but the grandma is always gonna have to explain herself, and they're always gonna be checking up on you. Oh, does he hit you, or is he cheating on you? You know, and it will take some time. It will take some time, but if they get to know you, if they get to see who you are for you, then they will embrace you, and you will be part of the family. I'm hoping, because Mexicans, they're really lovable people, and I know because they're racist. You didn't even know you guys want to be white so bad, and this and that. And yes, it's fucking sad how fucking Mexicans treat white people. Like, they really, you know, sometimes, not all of us, but I've seen it with my, that's what I'm gonna make my next video about. How when when I came with my husband and I met my mother-in-law, she was me, but my brother, white girl, and it was like, oh my god, what's your name? I love you. First day she met me, it was like, are you gonna clean? Are you gonna cook? But this white girl comes in and is like, oh, what food do you want? Oh, what do you need? You want me to wash your clothes? That's what you guys are gonna love that video, because I lived through that shit too. But anyways, this is my opinion. I don't know if you guys like it or not, but I hope you guys keep listening, and that's my story. Peace.
What's up, fam? Welcome back again. I hope you've watched the videos and you've understood the context. And there are so many other women who have also said this. I can't just bring all of them here and generally talk about it, but I believe that this discussion is time for us to discuss about it, because for the longest time people are taking black people as an ugly, black being something which is not beautiful, and black is beautiful. I love my melanin, heaven to earth, earth to heaven. I dang love my melanin. I love my melanin so much. And what makes it even so funny is the fact that they don't understand the importance of the melanin that we have. If they consider themselves being white or any color purple, which color they'll try to relate with. But I'll say, for me, just having this black color, it's enough for me. Because God created me like this. And guess what? God is in the sun. God is the closest to the sun, which means that God has the highest melanin, and he gave a black person the same melanin. God is a black person because he's closer to the sun. So a person is discriminating a black person because of their skin color. God is the one who created black people with their own image, with their likeness. So God himself is, if he's up there and the places where we have the sun, then God himself is black. Black is beautiful, you know. So white people understand this so much, and that's why we are seeing a lot of interracial marriages. People are afraid of getting melanoma, the skin cancer disease, because the melanin protects you from all those problems. And God himself gave us this skin color to protect us from a lot of things. Any child born black is so immune to a lot of things. I don't know why people don't see advantages. Rather, they just see some things like superficial, like, oh, he's black. People will start discriminating you because you're doing this. Personal interest. What do you want, you as a person? What do you feel, you as a person? Before listening to your grandmother, before listening to your father, before listening, I understand they are part and parcel of your life. They've been there with you for the longest time. So when it comes to dating and due to dating and putting racism in the question, those are important questions that we need to ask ourselves, you know. And yeah, it reaches a point that we just need to talk about these factors. For the longest time, a black person is being considered ugly. People are saying, yeah, I can't date a black person, you know. So this is something which keeps on happening, and it's happening. I wanted to share with me your experiences. What are your experiences? What can you say about this situation? Because for me, I'll say this is something which haven't happened to me, but I know at some point colorism is even here in Africa. Some people will just judge you by looking at you from your skin color, and they'll tell you, I know you belong to this group because you look in a given way, you know. So it's a problem, it's a mental problem that people have, and that's just messed up. And Latinos are not left out in this case. They keep on doing this to black people, and not even, it's happening even to the Indians. Indians are also doing this, where the black Indians are being discriminated because of their color. I'll ask you one question. Have you ever been discriminated because of your color? Have you ever missed an opportunity because of your color? Has somebody ever turned you down in maybe a social setup, or maybe you want to engage with them, maybe through marriage or a relationship? Has color ever been an issue to you guys? I want you to comment down on the comment section so that I can get to hear from you, get to hear your perspective, get to hear what you say about this. Yes. So as you usually know, this is your presenter, Eugene Docu Stories, and I hope to see you in my next video. If you're watching this video for the first time, you can consider subscribing to the channel. You can join my membership. A reminder, click on the notification bell. Don't forget that, because when you upload, you can get to see everything that you post. So until then, peace, love, and harmony. Salute.